Should be good. Alright, good morning everybody. My name is Tom, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit different, I guess. DDO is currently down, and so we're going to be doing some Path of Exile until the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream, which is exciting. If you haven't... Oh god, the loading. If you haven't seen Path of Exile before, here's a fun crash course, and yeah, we'll just be hanging out until then. So why did my phone buzz? What? I got the weirdest, this is the weirdest text ever. Sorry, my mom just texted me the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Oh, what is this? Oh, okay. This is a very weird text. That's very funny. I got a very funny message. Oh my god. Also, apparently somebody else is upset about my YouTube video. Oh, why are more people upset about this YouTube video? Oh, okay. Hold on. What is this? Somebody said nice playing. This guy said Fire Sork is better as far as damage goes, which is actually just wrong. And yeah, from what I am seeing, it's bullshit because you're so close to mobs yet they can't hit you, but I can be far away from them and they do hit me, so either it's a lag issue that you don't seem to have, or it's on purpose, which is more likely. Someone from DDO got hold of my binders and turned into DDO content, and they want me to be quiet about it. Oh, that guy needs professional help. Holy moly. That's some thought process right there. Anyway, good morning everybody. I hope you're all doing good. I don't know what the sound is like, so I have to probably do a little bit of tweaking here. I haven't played Path of Exile in a while, and I've been doing adjustments to my sound. So let me just load this, change this here, so it's a bit more even. But yeah. So this is Path of Exile Ritual League. Honestly, it's pretty good. Oh, wow, look at this. 2 resist, 100 energy shield. Not bad. Oh, 68 energy shield boots that don't have move speed. That makes me sad, but that's a lot of energy shield on shoes. And I don't know if I'm going to get better boots than that for a while. I'm going to leave this. But yeah, so we're doing some Ritual League this morning while we wait for the DDO servers to come back up. Oh, actually, that's a better title for the stream. I'm going to change my title. Is weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream waiting room. There we go. That's better. I do know the drill. Yoink. Mmm. Tasty, tasty water. That should be good. Yeah, good morning, Aaron. How are you doing today? How do you feel? Hopefully good. Ooh, that's an accident. I did that way early. Hey, what's up, Caspiff? How you doing? And before you ask, yes, I am streaming DDO, but I can't stream while the servers are down because I'm not a magician. And so I do what I can, not what I can. Nice, there you go. What are you going to go do as your first active, ability to leave your house? Any cool, exciting plans? No, that's bad. 5-link staff I don't need. Okay, I have... Oh, and 900 tribute. I can buy both! Oh, snap. That's actually sick. I have another one. So this is the Tribute League, or the Ritual League. And the idea is that you have these totems, and then when you do stuff at them... Yeah, and then you can, like, buy specific tailored gear, which is super sick. It's actually awesome. It allows people to get much better gear sets when playing by themselves without having to trade. And so I'm trying non-trade league this league. I'm also using one of the skills that got updated and changed, so yeah. Nothing because you got lockdown? Oh, absolutely, man. 100%. You can't really do anything anywhere. As long as there's a coronavirus rampaging through your neighborhood, unfortunately, there's just really no way to do something while also keeping and protecting those that are most vulnerable in your community. I mean, there are a lot of good ways to do that, such as just wearing a mask and generally social distancing when you go out in public. But if the average person in public is also unable to accomplish this task, then that causes problems. So, what are you going to do? So this character is kind of weird. I've definitely never played a character that's exactly like this. It's very interesting in the way that it functions. I'll kind of go through it here. There actually should be on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, there should be a little button that you can click on that will actually allow you to see all of my characters. So you'll be able to take a look into everything. But the long and short of this character is I use this skill Firestorm, which is a skill that got changed recently. And it's kind of strange. And the idea behind Firestorm is it drops out a big fireball, and then there's little fireballs that come after it. So big fireball and little fireballs. I throw 3 of them because I use the ability Spell Cascade, which makes it so that instead of throwing 1, I throw 3. And they do less damage, but I throw 3 fireballs. And since most monsters will get hit by all 3, especially if I center it, which is kind of neat. It actually does have like this kind of crossover effect on it. Plus it helps me with the wave clear 100%. Now I can probably swap in for just like general purpose gameplay, like when I get to a boss I can probably swap in something like concentrated effect to then increase my single target damage. But honestly, the single target damage actually goes up by using Spell Cascade, so I have no idea. My damage is really crazy on this character, so it feels good. On top of that, it's also very ranged, so I get to be pretty safe for the most part when I'm actually fighting monsters, which I like. And then another big deal about it, get out of here monsters, is I've got a method that I'm currently using that I've never used before for actually activating some of my abilities that I've got here. So I've got, as an elementalist, they made an adjustment to the tree, and they added this ability called Mastermind of Discord that says, exposure you inflict applies an extra minus 25% to the effect of resistance. Exposure is a mechanic that reduces monsters' resistance by 25%, and one of the skills that does that is this skill called Wave of Conviction. So it says 25% of damage converted to lightning, 25% damage converted to fire, and exposure applies minus 25% to elemental resistance matching the highest damage taken. So, since I'm a fire mage, all my fire damage is the most potent thing. So I apply exposure to monsters, and I reduce their fire resistance by 25%. With this effect, I reduce it by an extra 25% to minus 50%. But the problem is casting Wave of Conviction is super tedious. So instead, I'm using a skill I've never used before called Arcanus Brand, which links to my skill, so it links to Wave of Conviction, and I drop this little bead on the ground, and then this gets stuck on a target, so this brand will stick to something, and then it'll cast the spell, so I don't even have to do anything. So I cast the brand all over the place, and then each brand is casting a Wave of Conviction. The Wave of Conviction does damage, but most importantly, it just reduces enemy resistances, which is super sick. And I don't know. I never thought about using something like this before, and it works out really well. Okay, where's the monsters? There you go. So yeah, it's pretty sick. Also, welcome back. I hope you're doing good. Ooh, Death's Harp. It's actually a really, really good leveling bow. Yeah, so that's kind of the league. It's pretty neat so far. I'm enjoying it. There's also some new changes that you can get on your item filter now that I maybe were in last league. I didn't really play as much last league. So you can have like more stuff show up. So I have a lot of the basic currencies showing up during the leveling process. But yeah, other than that, I'm doing pretty good. Woke up this morning, posted a video if you haven't seen it on YouTube. Brand new YouTube video from Shrim Tom. It's a Lord of the Rings Online video, actually. It was the video of the Shelob kill that me and my guild got, which is really exciting. I haven't had the ability to kind kind of share a lot of my Lord of the Rings experiences on YouTube because I haven't found the best way to do it. I always get nervous because, you know, I don't think I'm an expert on a lot of the subjects. There are definitely people who are a lot smarter than me, and that's one of the things that made me nervous about posting the video in the first place, is that there are people who are much better at the class that I play than I am, and, you know, people are going to be able to be exposed to my gameplay. But that's okay. I know I'm not the best. I definitely take positive feedback when people can give me good advice. You know, if somebody has, like, good advice for how to play the game, and they're like, oh, you should use this ability, or this might help you out, or you could do this. Like, these are all great things. And I'm always appreciative of when people give me good feedback that I can use to improve my gameplay. The problem is sometimes some people aren't good at articulating their thoughts. So what will happen is they will type things into the keyboard that will be basically functionally useless because, you know, it doesn't apply to help in context. You know what I mean? So to give you an example, somebody might give me a piece of advice. So one of the pieces of advice I got when we were showing off the Shelob was to bring a different composition. So bring a different raid composition. And I love that idea. It's great. But I explained during the raid that we couldn't bring a different raid composition because we didn't have all of the members of the raid. Like, bring a different raid comp requires other people to have different classes. And we just didn't have people with those classes available. So that it's not like we could just, like, bring another raid comp. Like, that's just not... That was not a feasible action, which was unfortunate because I would have loved to bring another raid comp, but you got to work with what you got. You can't just like bring something that you don't have. You know what I mean?
What about 12 hunters?
That's a great question, Brian. What about 12 hunters? I'm not sure. I had to take some time. Got your blood test quarantine. Blood test? Why are you doing a blood test? They don't do a blood test for the pandemic. They do a... Don't they do it in the nasal swab? Unless there's like some type of different pandemic that I don't know about. Aw, thank you. I'm definitely not a bad player in the Lord of the Rings Online, but it is still something that makes me nervous to just show off some of the things I do. I'm going to take this just in case I decide to reroll as a bow character this league. Seems kind of cool. You know, it's just nervous to say, okay, here's what I can do. Check it out. Check out my gameplay, everybody. Definitely pro DDO. I don't know, dude. Definitely pro at this game. Just rain fire on people till they die. Antibody test is blood, I think. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't have the coronavirus because I literally never leave my house because I'm irresponsible. Not irresponsible. Responsible? I don't know. One of those two things. You're a pro. I don't know. Oh, you have blood test for something else? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know a lot about the procedure of getting the test. I got one test where they swabbed me in the nose because I got an alert on my phone that said you may have been exposed because there's the contact tracing. So I went to the place, got the test came up negative, and then I went back home. Well, I didn't go back home. I already went home because that's how that works. But how do you even get the wings? Reaper mode. You get the wings by doing Reaper mode. You need to get 75 points in the tree unlocked, or 5,625,000 Reaper experience, which can be very time consuming. So just keep that in mind. Man, all these things are Fortress Totem. Oh, these totems increase the defense of the monsters that are nearby it. Interesting. Wait. Why is this convocation lit up? Besides, price will increase next time in a set of rituals until it's deferred. I deferred the convocation? Why did I defer that convocation? Playing your Fire Sork, it is very different playstyle from Light and Spirit Warlock. Is very good slowing at level 3 now. Yes. Important note, Slug, is that spellcasters are very slow for the first few levels. Sorcerer really, Fire Sorcerer especially, picks up right around level 4 when you get access to Scorch. Once you have Scorch, then your Fire Sorcerer is going to feel amazing. But before Scorch, it takes a little bit of time to really get there. So just wait until you get access to level 2 spells, and you can pick up the spell Scorch, and then once you get it, you'll start pressing Scorch and going, oh, all the monsters are dead. Cool. And then that's it. You did it. You won. You have Scorch now. Now we'll take some time. It took me 3 years, as a point of reference. It took me 3 years to get my Reaper points. Blood test is about that. A thyroid? You should have a thyroid. A thyroid's a gland in the body, in the human body. But you might have, yeah, you might have a problem. And they do blood tests for that to check your hormone levels. But yeah, it took me 3 years. It does not take 3 years if you focus and grind for it. I just didn't do that. I just played the game without really changing my playstyle, and it took me 3 years. Oh my god, so many monsters. Oh jeez. You don't have 9 extra points, Rachel? Yeah, no, I understand. I'm not talking about the Tiefling Scorch. A level 2 spell. So as sorcerers, so spellcasters get different levels of spells as they level up. So right now, because you're level 3, you only have level 1 spells like Burning Hands and other things like that, right? So you only get like the basic first starter spells. But once you get to level 4, you get access to level 2 spells. It's the next tier of spell going up. That next tier of spell, one of the big ones that you're able to pick up is Scorch, which is just like the spell-like ability that you also get out of the tree. That's so much life. Wow, look at that helmet. Oh my god. And that's a lot of resistances and strength. Wow, that's a really good necklace. Okay, I need to sort this out. How many do I have? I have another one? Okay, I'm going to go do the last one. Yeah. So you'll get, once you get to level 4 and get one more level, even though you won't have the spell-like ability Scorch from the Tiefling tree, you'll have the actual Sorcerer spell Scorch. And you want both of them, because once you get the Tiefling one, it allows you to, use meta magic abilities on it without costing anything extra, which is really good. But on top of that, you'll also be able to penetrate the immunity of monsters to fire damage, which will come in handy when you fight fire monsters, blackbone skeletons, demons, all those kinds of things. Of Darkstone? I've never heard of Darkstone. The UI of this game is supposed to remind you of Diablo 2. Because that's basically what the UI is based off of. You speak Hebrew? Yeah, thyroid. Oh yes, and also if you have veteran status and the alchemist class, you can also then get a alchemist stone, which will help you out a lot if you don't have one. An old PS1 PC game. Oh yeah. I think Diablo was on PlayStation 1. I think. Might have been. Diablo 2 for sure wasn't, but I think Diablo, the original Diablo, was on PlayStation 1. Oh man. There's so many monsters here? What the heck is going on? Alright, cool. Arcanist brand. Okay, so now we have all the stuff unlocked. This is, you'll track down a powerful Vol's Vanguard, who will drop a unique item when slain. I want to keep this helmet, because it's straight up just better than my helmet. Because it gives a bunch of life and double resist. Eventually I want this character to go Chaos Inoculation. But I think that's a later problem. So I want this for sure. And then I can defer the helmet. And then I can buy this. So when you defer something, it means you pay a little bit for it, but then you can buy it again later if you don't have enough points to buy it now. And then it shows up in a later map, which is very cool. It is what Diablo wanted to be when it grew up. It is. It is literally what Diablo wanted to be. Plus and have some fun. Oh, well, there you go. This is the Ritual League, which involves those little rituals that I was talking about. So like those totems or whatever that I was finding, where essentially you fight a bunch of monsters nearby the totem. That's not a lot of life. That's just a 3-socket. And yeah, you go from there. It's pretty good. I like the League a lot, actually. Oh, 2 stone rings. Okay. I don't know which elements I need, so I'm just going to grab the same element just in case.
We do this for freedom.
I already have 2 Quicksilver flasks. Let's grab a Silver flask. And Valenta. Again, it's not a good idea to go Chaos Inoculation, but I have some high energy shield items that I just picked up here, so it might be kind of interesting to take a look at. Yeah, so the idea behind this league is like I said, there's like stuff that you can get. There's a also, I don't know why. This is actually really funny. I set this up as a public tab, and then I realized I'm playing solo self-found because I'm so not used to that. So I'm gonna call it that. Use this, the Vanguard. Perfect. Yeah, I must have missed it. And yeah, so then the idea is, as you go around, you find these little ritual totems, and then when you complete the little rituals that they ask you to do, you know, you unlock like additional little powers and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat, actually. I'm digging the Ritual League. I'm not sure exactly how to progress through the tree, because I want to pick up all of this stuff, and I want to get the energy shield here because it's energy shield. I don't think I need this brand. You can cast an additional brand. Brands have increased duration, cooldown, recovery rate, duration. Yeah, I don't want this brand stuff. The plan is eventually to go here and to grab Chaos Inoculation. I don't need any of this mana stuff or curses. Although Whispers of Doom is kind of interesting. Thought that would have get more of a reaction. Oh, I don't usually listen when you're talking? No, most people tell me that. I'm been used to hearing that ever since I was a little kid. So, get wrecked, I guess? Yeah, I don't know where to spend my points right now. Where am I going? Hold on. Energy shield. So where is their energy shield? I went down this path because I was thinking maybe I'd pick up the energy shield leash. I've never used the energy shield leash, but I thought maybe it could be kind of good to grab. I want to grab the energy shield here. This is minions have life as energy shield, which I don't need. There's also this energy shield, which is really good. There's this energy shield, which is really good. So I'm probably going to grab that. I'm going to get rid of the life and mana effects here. And actually probably all of this. I'm probably going to get rid of all of this, which means I go up this side, or I go through the area of effect. I could probably just drop the 5 points here, grab area of effect, and then spend some points over here. I will probably end up using a shield as well. So grabbing the shield bonus out of here, and then also grabbing the increased mana generation per spell block to get more mana. Oh, there's also energy leech over here, which is interesting. And then the idea is I can leech energy. This character is going to be kind of cool. Can I get a vibe check? I don't know how to do a vibe check. Let's see. I don't watch enough streams. Vibe check. Let's see. Let me see. You want a vibe check? Oh, yeah. This is great. This is a vibe check. This is how I'm feeling right now. Perfect. There you go. That's my vibe. So the current plan is I'm going to grab all the golem stuff because the golem stuff is hella OP. And then I'm going to pick up this effect right here called Bastion of the Elements. So this gives me Primal Aegis, which makes me take less damage. It literally just absorbs damage every 5 seconds. And I can't take reflected damage, which is pretty cool. And then this absorbs damage based on every notable skill. So notables are these ones. So I get like this. I wouldn't take that. I'm going to take that. Probably that. This one. I could probably just take Arcane Vision for an extra 100. It's basically 100 life, effectively. I'm going to grab Melding. I'm going to grab Written in Blood. So yeah, there's a lot of... Oh, this is actually a lot of Energy Shield. So there's a lot of good stuff I'm going to be grabbing out of here. What's this? Channeling? Oh, I don't channel. Intensity? I don't use Intensify, do I? Do I use Intensify? I think I actually do use Intensify. I do use Intensify. I don't know if it's worth it to go up here to get the extra Intensify. But, yeah. That's, so that's kind of how I'm thinking with this character. Maybe I'll just go Life and Energy Shield right now, because I know I'm going to take these nodes anyway. I'm just going to get them. I don't need more damage. Oh, did I have to make a portal? I think I made a portal. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going through this league actually exceedingly slowly. Usually I'm a much faster player, but I don't know. I'm just really enjoying the ritual mechanic. The mechanic works such that you find these just ritual altars, and then as you find them, you kill monsters, and then when the fight is over, after you've killed all the monsters, the game just says, okay, you won the fight, so now you get an amount of currency based on how many monsters you killed, and then based on the currency that you get, please choose some items that can help you in your journey. It's like literally just like, oh yeah, choose. Okay, now that you've beat the monsters, now choose some items that might help you, and you can spend them, or if you don't have enough money, you can defer them to later, and then hope you have more money later. And it's really cool. It's a very interesting mechanic. It's kind of just reward, which I think is a little weird. Usually Path of Exile is more of a risk reward system, and it's just a reward system, but I also think the rewards are pretty measured from the system as well. It's just gotta drop some monsters, but I think it's just a reward system, and I think that for the most part that's gonna make you know, it might make some people kind of upset with it. So like for example, here's the altar, so I have to charge it up first by killing monsters nearby, and then once it's charged up, it says bitter ritual, so it tells me that it deals ice damage and there's icy beams. So I get to deal with ice monsters and ice beams. So I drop my things, and all the monsters are going to come out of this middle spire of this totem here. Then I just got to kill all the monsters. It's done. And then once I kill the monsters, I go and I can see what items are available. So it tells me how much tribute I got. I got 190 from killing the monsters. I'm being attacked. Is this game all about crowd control? No, it's all about DPS. DPS is literally the most important stat. So. And I don't really want any of these items. But there's hidden items that I have to do more rituals for. And I can see that there's a second ritual altar somewhere here, so I gotta do that as well. But yeah, so this game is mostly about avoidance and DPS more than crowd control. There are some crowd control builds that people play. Usually if they want to play like a supportive build, so you know, you're playing with friends, so you want to support their characters. Or if you have some minor levels of crowd control, for example, there are effects called curses, which you can use. I guess they're called hexes now. But anyway, there's effects that were called curses, and the basic gist behind them is if you cast a curse, you can do something like Enfeeble, which reduces the amount of damage that monsters deal, or makes them slow, or all sorts of stuff, and it makes them less effective at attacking you. You can use some crowd control effects, such as ice damage, which can freeze monsters, and monsters that are frozen literally can't do anything, which I'm sure that sounds very valuable, because it is. I like playing ice builds a lot for that reason. So you can like literally freeze monsters entirely solid so they can't move. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. The thing is, there's a lot of monsters in this game, and it doesn't start this way, by the way. This is, I'm about halfway through the main campaign right now. As the game progresses, you get more and more monsters. So the game does not start out like this with monsters everywhere. It's a progress thing. It's step by step, one piece at a time. Let's just drop some bombs on these guys. Drop some more brands. And I'm using an ability called Flame Dash where I'm jumping over these beams, so I'm not taking any damage. There's also movement, and avoidance is also really important. So this game is reasonably fast-paced. And all these items are pretty bad, and I don't want a single one. I'm going to buy a currency, I'll buy a belt, and that's it. Servers are back on? Nice. I'm doing this until the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream, and then after the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream is over, I'm going to be flipping over to DDO. I just wanted to play some Path of Exile. Also, people ask me all the time, you know, how are you playing this league? What build are you doing? So I figure, hey, I've got a little bit of a point of reference, so I can explain to people what I'm doing this league, and then you know, we can talk about it later. But just to give people a little point of reference. And then I'll be doing DDO for like the rest of the entire day. Ooh, robe. There's also a ton of different mechanics in this game. If you want a game that is very, very customizable, you know, where you can change almost every single thing about your character, Path of Exile. Here's your passive tree. Hey, I leveled up. I got a skill point. Where do I spend it in this monstrosity? Yeah, that's Path of Exile. Oh, if you can get to 20 today, that'd be great. I might get to 20 today. Probably not, though. I'll probably get to 20 tomorrow. In fact, if I can get to 20 tomorrow, I can also make a YouTube video for, like, Friday or Saturday. I need to get better at making more YouTube videos. There's an update? Well, the servers were down for an update. Yes, that is correct. So there should be an update. All right. Violent Ritual Aura. What's that? Oh, this is the physical damage one. So now, this aura says there's pain totems that cause bleeding when you're nearby it, so you have to make sure you're paying attention. And also, the monsters deal additional damage while they're in here, so I also, again, gotta pay attention. Bleeding is a mechanic that is very difficult to deal with. It's cool. So when you're bleeding, you take damage over time, like people will call damage over time effects bleeds in a lot of different games. But in this game, when you're bleeding, you take damage over time, but if you start moving, you take 6 times the damage over time. Because the idea is that if you're bleeding and you start moving, it makes the wound just dramatically worse. Which is such a cool concept. I'm just imagining, a bunch of people sitting in the office being like, yeah, we'll have a bleed mechanic. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. And someone's like, but wait. Like, so you just take damage over time? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, but if you run around, doesn't that, like, tear at your wound? Wouldn't that make things way worse? Like, oh, shit, that's right. That's right, Jacob, or whoever the heck is in the office. And they come up with this different bleeding system. This does not affect all damage over time. So, for example, if you ignite somebody, ignite is a damage over time effect that does not cause bleeding, so therefore it doesn't have that movement penalty, but it's kind of neat. Also, when you're fighting in melee with monsters, monsters have the habit of not moving around too much, and so you can use effects that like knock monsters back and force them to move around, so they have to constantly run at you and take that extra bleeding damage. There's so much cool stuff. Downloading gigabytes of data, yeah. Well, it's all patch and Lotro today, and the Lotro patch is supposed to make it download faster, and I was able to download the entirety of Lord of the Rings Online from nothing in 5 minutes. So if that comes to DDO, that means we can get DDO patches in like literally 5 minutes. Yeah, this build's really cool looking. I love it. I just dropped these meteor swarms on people. It's very, very visually exciting. Also, I gotta resummon my elementals. Elementals. Alright, what do I get? I can get a spell damage buff. The Kishu's Blade. Oh, no, I'm gonna update it during the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. Alchemist Multivial made it to Path of Exile. That's funny. A Doedry item. I don't think I need a Doedry item. I'm playing solo Self-Found, so maybe that's a good idea, but I don't think I need a Doedry item. The only things I need is I need Primordial Jewels. So I need to get anything that gives me unique jewels. And Energy from Within, which is a jewel as well. A Cobalt Jewel. Alright, this is the last Ritual Altar. Let me just start dropping monsters. Again, so this character build is interesting because I have a lot of different components that go together with this to make it work. So I have these like fireballs that I rain down from the sky. All of my golems are dead. That's cool. And then I have these different brands that I summon. So brands, these little like things that I attach to people, like they're like little spell, basically like I don't know how to describe it, but like a spell charge. And I drop this brand on the ground, and then when monsters run to it, it sticks to them and it casts spells at them. So it's kind of cool. Oh, no, I gotta kill this guy. Go away. Ooh, and a recipe. Movement speed! Yeah. Survivalist. Ooh, Orbs of Alchemy. That's kind of cool. Ooh, Scorched Fossil. This is actually great because I am a Firecaster. So I want to get as many fire materials as possible. So this is a good thing. I'm going to keep this for sure. I think I want the Essence as well. And I don't think I want anything else here, so I'm going to try to reroll, see what I get. Oh, it costs 800 tribute. I can't reroll. Whoops. That was a mistake. Alright, well, I'm going to see if I can defer this. And defer this. I don't need this Doedry thing. Here we go. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also, if you guys did not see it, I uploaded a Lord of the Rings Online video, which I don't upload very often. I'm going to try to upload more Lord of the Rings Online content, just some build guides and that sort of thing. So in case you're curious at all about the gameplay, and maybe it's something you want to get interested in or try out yourself, you'll have the opportunity there. So to get started. Because I've had people while playing ask me to post like what I specifically use in builds in the Discord, so you'll notice that there's a whole section about that. I don't plan on making something for every character, but I want to do my best to be like, this is the basics of something so people can get started. And one-shot the final boss for 7k damage? Oh, baby, that's sick. that big drow scorpion comes out, and he's like, you know, he's like, you're killing all the slaves. Well, I guess I have to deal with you. And you're like, oh, you want to deal with me, do you? Oh, I'm sorry. Goodbye. Let me show you what happens to people who want to deal with me. You know. They're like, do you know who you're talking to? Oh, too much clutter? Oh, actually, that is a lot of clutter. I yield. I was about to be like, that's not too much clutter, but it kind of is. It's a lot of clutter. All right. Let's see what we got here. I got gloves, zealot's gloves. I got some chest piece. Wow, that's a lot of energy shield. It's 136. That's pretty sick. I think it's higher than the energy shield item that I got here. Because this one's 107. But this is more resistances. 136 is like pretty good. It's the sockets though. I don't love the fact that there's not good sockets on this. Oh, I think I just am going to use this. I lose 39 life and some mana, but I gain a bunch of elemental resistances. And I can probably craft on this because I have prefixes. Yeah, I can still craft on this. Oh.
Yes.
That's where I'm at. Right now in Path of Exile, I'm doing the campaign. So in Path of Exile, there's essentially two entirely different video games. There is the campaign, the main story, where you kind of just run through, you fight the monsters, you know, things like that. I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't have a fossil tab. Whoops. I don't want this to be here. Put this here. This is delve. And we make this the auto except for delved currencies. Except. There we go. So now this just goes here. Oh yeah, these things. I don't know what to do with these. So yeah, right now I'm about halfway through the story. Which is, there's 10 acts, so I'm at Act 5. And then there's Act 6 through 10. And once you finish Act 10, then you get to the real game, which is significantly longer than the first base acts. If you've never played this game, expect to spend 40 to 50 hours getting through the game the first time, the first 10 acts. And then once you get through that, then you're like, oh, there's so much extra stuff. So I'm at 5 hours of the first 5 acts, which honestly is not too bad. Like I said, I'm in no capacity rushing. I'm taking my time, I'm sniffing the flowers, because I really want to enjoy this league. Because I find I rush too often, and then I find I just don't enjoy it as much as I probably should. If that makes sense? Yeah, they had 5, and then they added an update where they're like, because they had 4 acts when the game first came out, and then they had an update, and then they were like, fuck it, 10 acts. Bam, they just like dropped it like a mixtape. It was sick. It's just like, no, 10 acts, by the way. You're done. And so the story keeps going. And it adds, there's like, you essentially become like a god slayer, which is kind of cool. It's a neat storyline. The one that they added. Yeah, because that went, no, they actually added more. They added 6 acts, sorry. Because they had, there was Act 1 through 4, and then when they added Act 5, they added Act 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And everybody was like, what the hell? It was pretty cool. And then Path of Exile 2 is coming out at some point, which is exciting, which is going to have likely its own 10 acts. And they've said before that the goal of Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2 is that Path of Exile 1, the story isn't really going to update. Both Path of Exile 1 and 2 are going to get leagues, but Path of Exile 2 is going to have a completely different campaign. It's going to be in a different time, and then once you get to maps, people from Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2 can play together. Once you finish the campaign, you can play with whoever you want. Is my understanding as to how the mechanic is going to work.
The world must be cleansed of impurity.
Yeah, starting with you, Avarius. No.
I am the Emperor.
Most bosses have like some type of phase. All the big act bosses have like phases where you can't damage them or add waves and what have you. The point of add waves in this game, in a lot of games, add waves suck. In Path of Exile, add waves are the best. Because the way that your potions work, that are at the bottom left corner, is every time you get a kill on a monster, it gives you 1 charge on your potions. So if you're like fighting a boss, when the adds spawn, you want to kill them as fast as possible to get your potions back. Sorry, buddy. And then when you kill Avarius, oh no, he was actually innocent the whole time. He was supposedly a good guy, but he's not very good. He does a lot of bad things, and he hurts a lot of people. Oh, he is the torch. Yeah, I know you're the torch, buddy. Innocence, God, Emperor of Eternity. What a title. Export characters from 1 to 2? No. The characters are different. So the idea is that they're going to be the same archetypes. So you'll have like a ranger or a marauder, a witch, but they're supposed to have entirely different ascendancy classes. So the characters can play together, but you can't take a Path of Exile 1 character and play through the campaign of 2. If you want to play the campaign of Path of Exile 2, you have to play one of the new ascendancies. It also looks like a lot more gothic. In the gameplay footage they basically showed a ranger, but instead of the ranger using like a bow, the ranger was effectively using like a crossbow in like a almost like a Bloodborne style area where they had like literal guns and all sorts of cool shit. It seemed very neat. Does this game have raids or something of the sort? This game is way more challenging than DDO, if that's what you're asking. This game has challenges, but the entirety of all the content can be played solo or in a group. So it's not quite raids. It just has content that gets more and more challenging. The way it works is it's all scalable, so the higher level you get, the more health and monster damage monsters have. The final bosses of the game are similarly very difficult, and this game is built on sliding scales and modifiers. So the essential idea... Also, goodbye, Innocence. Boom, and then he comes Sin, who kicks his ass. Also, Sin is a good guy in this game, which is very complicated. Also, I skipped a cutscene. The game is really complicated. The story in Path of Exile is unbelievably good. I highly recommend you play it. Shut up, Bannon. He's like, you killed Innocence. I'm like, hell yeah, I did. He's a bad guy. Also, what happened when I killed Innocence? Oh, it unleashed Kitava, the god of hunger and feasting. So now everybody is killing and eating and each other and having massive orgies in the streets where they're also killing and eat each other at the same time. It is horrific. And I caused that. Whoops! What are you going to do? Everybody makes mistakes. Yeah, so the game doesn't quite have raids, but it has extremely tough boss fights in the game, many of which I've either not completed before. There is a... I don't know if the video is still up, but when Delve League was going, I did some of the bosses in the Delve League, and I killed Awotoli, the blind one, and holy shit, it took me like 30 tries, but I got that boss down. That was exciting. Yeah, my character is an Elementalist right now. I went Elementalist. I usually go Elementalist, and Elementalist got apparently a bunch of buffs, so I wanted to try it out. Oh, now there's going to be enemy meteors from the sky, apparently. This is a fire meteor thing. So yeah. Infernal Ritual Rewards. Oh, why did both of these show up here? Okay. Oh, there's the other ritual. Alright. There's the other ritual altar. So I kill all the guys near the ritual altar, which activates it, then I turn it on. And we fight the monsters, and hope we don't die. I might need to get extended duration. Might be a good idea. I got, like, slowed by these guys. Perfect. Okay, so I can't afford any of the things that I deferred. Both of them are here, and this is just a bunch of currency. So I guess I have to defer both of these items. Whoops. And I buy something. Attacks can 25% chance to cause bleeding. Oh, cool. I don't think I need that, though. I'll grab a chromatic orb. That sounds good. Yeah, so this game is very simple when it starts out, and then the story gets layered onto it. Also, important note, this game is 100% free. You can do exactly what I'm doing for free. You do not buy the content. This is not DDO. This is not Lord of the Rings Online. This is not whatever of these games. There's no pay to win. The game is absolutely 100% free. So then how does the game make money? In two ways. Number one, cosmetics. So if you are like me and you like looking fly as hell, you can go ahead and get some microtransactions for your character. So let's just say I want to look dope. Let's grab some stalker wings. Those look kind of cool as they load in. And that looks pretty neat. Let's grab the Shadow Stalker armor. I mean, that's pretty cool. Do I have the whole Shadow Stalker outfit? Yeah, Shadow Stalker boots, the gloves. We'll put on this cool-ass arcane visage thing on my face. I believe I have a Shadow Stalker helmet. Here. Yeah, put on the Shadow Stalker helmet. So my character looks like this. Oh, actually, that halo does not look good. Oh, I gotta turn this off. Yeah, it's not too bad. But, man, it's probably better to use neither. Let's be honest. And then, I gotta have... Obviously, I gotta have some other cool shit. I gotta turn on I gotta have a good portrait frame. I gotta turn on my Shadow Stalker weapon effect. Now my weapons are all glowy. Oh, my shield? Yeah, I gotta replace the shields. Now I got this going on. That's not too bad. Actually, this is probably better with the Celestial outfit. Anyway, this outfit cost me $80 US. So I look hella rad. But, you know, there was a cost. There's definitely a cost. And now I get the Nightfall aura effect, so I can get this crazy bubble around my character. And now I look like this. Also, good morning. What's up? So, how does this game make money? It sells cosmetics that are pretty expensive. But they're really addicting because your character gets hella cool looking. Also, my character looks like garbage. There are so many amazing cosmetics out there. People post their fashion shows about how their character is supposed to look. So the whole game is free. If you've ever wanted to try Path of Exile, Ritual League is one of the best leagues in a long time for supporting new players and people with no experience at the game. So this is a absolutely magnificent time to get in. And yeah, it is good shit. What's up, Cormai? How you doing? Also, for those of you just tuning in, we are staying with Path of Exile until the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream, which might be swapping over to DDO. But until we will... Weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. Want to make some good progress. I haven't played any Path of Exile, for the most part, in this league so far. It came out a week ago, and I'm still only in Act 5. Oh, right, Delirium. This is going to cause my game to lag a little bit. Because it's loading everything. Once it's done loading, then we're good. Now I don't have to load anymore. But I just gotta wait for it to finish loading everything. Alright, let's go. Bet it ain't PoE2 yet. Holy crap, can you stop loading new monsters? That's one of the problems I have with Path of Exile right now. Is that sometimes it'll do stuff like that. Where it's like, oh, it's loading monsters in. So then... Oh, there's a little pillar here. I didn't see the pillar. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's that. I'm going to come back to this because I'm trying to get as much Delirium action as I can. Oh, there's another pillar. Oh, but Delirium's going away. Oh, I guess I'm losing the fog. Oh, no, wait, it's still here. Oh, the fog is still here. Oh, never mind. I thought the fog was going away. Okay, we're good. Like this. The Delirium fog, I believe, pauses during the ritual altars, although I don't actually know. Find the gem for the meteor skill. So this skill is called Firestorm. It used to be a level 10 skill, but when they changed the visuals of this and updated it, so it looks hella cool. I think you can even buy special Firestorms in the store. Anyway, when they updated the visuals of it, do I have Classic Firestorm? Can I use Classic Firestorm? Oh, hold on. Actually, I'm almost at my next tier dungeon challenge or Delirium. This one's level 28 skill. So you have to play as any spellcasting class if you want to get it, or unlock all the skill gems from Siosa, who is in Act 3. So around level 28 to 35, no matter what class you play, you'll be able to get access to this skill gem and try it out yourself. I'm playing as an Elementalist Witch because I play as an Elementalist Witch every league because I am a sheep who does the same thing every single time. Alright, let's fast forward. Go away, Delirium. It was in 2016, 2017? Oh, yeah. Ooh, a Cluster Jewel. Herald damage. Ooh. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm going to see. Do I have that? Hold on. Microtransaction Staff. Firestorm. Purchase items. So there's Stygian Firestorm and Fire Siege. Or Siege Firestorm. So Stygian Firestorm, it gives you a little preview video. So you can preview it in a web browser if you want, as well before you buy it, so you can watch it on video. And they're all just YouTube videos on the website. So you can have like a Firestorm that drops down these like flaming balls, like siege engine attacks. Or I guess Stygian, PlayStation the Stygian version. So it looks like these little like skulls that land on the ground, which is kind of neat. Charged mines. Oh, I don't want charged mines. Wow, look at that physical damage on that Fawn's Horn. Could you imagine if this wand was a spellcaster item? Dude, I've been playing this, and I have yet to get a single friggin' spellcaster wand from Ritual League. I'm convinced that they don't exist. Okay, nobody there. Where's the third ritual altar? Oh, I need to keep going. That's why. But yeah, so you can get this at level 28, which is not too far into the game. This game has 100 levels, and the leveling gets slower the longer you, or the farther you get into it. But it takes a long time to build up to the slow point. It's not like it starts out slow or anything like that. Also, important note, this skill only drops one Firestorm. Path of Exile is all about, you know, specialization and customization. And so this character, oops, oh god, I'm in the wrong spot. I'm literally standing in the spot that's getting me murdered. And so Path of Exile is all about specializing your character and figuring out how to make it work. So my character currently has, you link gems to it with these little links in your armor. So that's how you equip spells. You don't equip spells in Path of Exile by just like, I'm a spellcaster, so I have spells. Nah, fuck that. They're items. So this Firestorm gem can be used by anybody who has enough intelligence to use it. Doesn't matter what class you pick or whatever. And I have Firestorm, and I have this ability called Spell Cascade. So without Spell Cascade, I throw one meteor and it explodes. But with Spell Cascade, it throws 3 meteors in a row. So 1, 2, and 3. You can't see the third one. I don't know why. But anyway, it's supposed to throw 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And as a result, it does less area and less damage, but I get 3 meteors. So it gives me a big, wider area because I'm actually shooting 3. And monsters in the middle get hit by all 3, so it actually does more damage, even though each individual one does less. Move speed, intelligence, and mana? No. Mortal Hope. I don't think I need Mortal Hope. So I'm going to take my Parandus coins. Thank you. So I can, you know, hang out with Kadiro at some point. And do I reroll? No, I don't have enough. I wouldn't have enough to lock anything. I would just be sad if I rerolled. But all this stuff makes me sad anyway. So I guess we just take some currency. Call it a day. So currency. There we go. Oh yeah, and I get my big melding. 10% energy shield, baby. So yeah, so it's kind of neat how they do it in this game. How it's more about your items and how you make your character work and where you want to spend your points, and not about the class that you pick to start with. Like, the class matters, but not as much. One of the best changes they added was Grace Period. When you zone into an area, you don't take damage. That way, if it takes you a long time to load, monsters can't start killing you. So you get the Grace Period. Similarly, it happens through all portals. So if you enter a boss's room, for example, you get a Grace Period. So instead of loading in the boss room and then the boss is at the door and he kills you, you can load in, and then you can see where the boss is, take a look around, and then start acting. And then get killed by the boss. Which is a really cool way of doing it. Having, like, just a short section of immunity, where it goes away the millisecond you move. If you touch the keyboard at all, it goes away. But not before. Right. Oh, there's this. Orb of Alchemy. It showed up. Whoa! Wait, why does this have 54 energy shield on this? Is that a tier 1 energy shield? Seething? What? Why is it there? Damn. That's pretty cool. That's unlikely. And then this character, you also have a lot of different defenses that you can stack up. You have your actual defenses, armor rating, which reduces the amount of damage you take, evasion, which makes it so monsters don't hit you a percentage amount of the time, and then for effects that just hit you, like magic and other things, you have resistances that reduce the amount of damage you take from those effects. Fire resistance, cold resistance, lightning resistance, and chaos resistance for the 4 different damage types, which is kind of neat. Then there's also energy shield. So strength is associated with life. And so for the more strength that you have, your character also gets more life, which increases, you know, well, life is, that's health. That's basically, that red globe in the bottom left corner of the screen is life. So when you take damage from life. What the fuck is this? You take 20% of damage from blocked hits, but 4% chance to block attack damage. Oh, that's kind of interesting. These are very interesting. This is a new boot type. That's cool. Shield that has energy shield, spell damage, 86 life. I mean, life and spell damage and spell damage. And it's got a suffix. So I can put a resistance on there. I don't know if that's even good. Wow. I guess I have to take this, because I could use it later. And I'm just going to defer this again, and hopefully I'll be able to buy it eventually, someday. Yeah, so strength is associated with life. Dexterity is associated with evasion, which is a different defensive stat. You know, as I said, that gives you the possibility to avoid damage altogether. And then intelligence is associated with energy shield. Energy shield is actually the blue thing that covers up my life bar that you can see on the bottom of the screen right here. And the way that energy shield works is it goes down, and it's basically like a shield from like Halo, where your shield goes down, and then if you don't get shot for a few seconds, it comes back up. It's the same idea with energy shield. And so people focus on lots of different kinds of builds. There's some pure energy shield builds where you just go all in on energy shield. There's some pure life builds where you go all in on life. There's some hybrid builds where you have a little bit of both. And they all have their advantages and drawbacks. Like, for example, life leech effects, where you life steal from enemies to heal. So when you deal damage, you get a percentage of that damage you deal as health back. That's exclusive to life. So you don't have energy leech as health. Or you can't like leech energy shield from monsters directly. There is some spell leech where you can use spells to get energy shield back, but it's kind of wonky how that works too. I don't think I can use any of these. I don't care. Thanks. So there's so many weird ways, like everything. Path of Exile is a game of trade-offs. There are good things that you can get on your character, and there are complicated and frustrating things sometimes that you can get on your character, and the effects that you get are all over the place. So it's definitely a game in which you're constantly trying to work against or with and against trade-offs all the time. It'd be like, okay, this is kind of good and this is kind of bad, and maybe I should use this and maybe I should use that, and you're always trying to make decisions all the time. Why did I go to the Chamber of Innocence? That's not where I wanted to go. No. The Reliquary. And so it's pretty cool that there's so many different little trade-offs and stuff. Oh god. I will say, there's a couple brick walls that people experience, and coming up is one of the brick walls that people will get to, and it is Kitava. He's a difficult boss fight, especially if you don't know how to do him. I definitely do, so I'm not worried at all about actually fighting the boss, and I'll show you how to beat him. But also, after you beat him, he has a debuff that he applies to you, which reduces all of your resistances by 30% permanently. So, for example, if I actually load up my resistances, you can see on the left that I have fire, cold, and lightning resist, and chaos resist down here. My fire is 75, cold is 75, and chaos is lightning is 75. I think that's the cap, is 75% resistance. You can't get above that without the use of special things. But the general cap is 75. And then there's a number in brackets, which is how much above the cap I am. So I actually have 85% from items, 101%, and 132%. When you get to Kitava and you beat him, he reduces all of your resistances by 30% permanently, which means you need to get more resistances from gear to hit that 75% cap. And if you don't have that, monsters start really trucking you, because once you beat Kitava, you go into the second half of the game, which is more like the end game, where there's way more monsters and they do way more damage. So, it's supposed to be like, you got through effectively the tutorial, now it's time for the real game. And a lot of people hit that wall where the resistances go down, and then, ooh, that's pretty cool. A lot of people hit that wall where the resistances go down, and then they go, oh, okay, cool, and then this is fine, and they start getting one-shot by everything, because they don't know why, they don't have enough health, they don't have enough resistances, and they're unsure about how to fix this problem. Also, good morning, Puck! Ah, I'm dying. I have 5 bleeds on me. That's cool. Ugh. And I'm being poisoned. Oh, this is a poison thing. Oh, I'm being rooted. Oh, what the heck? I can't move. I can't use my flame dash until I walk. Oh, that's cool. Whenever you hit monsters, it literally, like, there's roots that slow you in the ground and you can't use your dashing skills. Very cool. Oh, that's all of them? Okay. Bad item, bad item. Bad item. Bad item. Dagger is bad. Physical damage. I guess I'm taking this 13% quality golem thing. Oh, and I can still take something else. I guess I'm taking 3 jeweler's orbs. Sounds good. Yeah, so this character's it's pretty cool, and I enjoy Path of Exile quite a bit. It's a fun game. I also find it pretty relaxing, because I've played it for so long. I don't really notice. Like it becomes like second nature to just kind of play and run around and fight the monsters and stuff. And that definitely is like a nice feeling when you don't really need to pay attention to play. You can kind of just play. Like, I apologize if that sounds weird, but that's kind of like where my brain goes. Trying to lay out build for your tiefling bard. I'm kind of stuck on which school is better. Enchantment or illusion? Your thoughts? Well, Mass Hold Monster is the best bard spell in the game. So if you're playing as a spelled singer, you always want Mass Hold Monster, and if you want Mass Hold Monster, you need enchantment. So it's arguably the best spell actually in the whole game. Is Mass Hold Monster. So enchantment becomes your main focus. Because you can still single target hold when you have it up. Which is a big deal.
To replace the feast of birds that keep up.
Important note that if you're playing as a bard, I like the Mage Rite set, because the Masterful Mage Rite set gives both enchantment and illusion effects. Also, this guy's name is Brutal Champion, that's funny. Ooh. I gotta go get an alchemy orb for this Arcana Strongbox. And hopefully it'll give me something more than 1 alchemy orb. Yoink. Arcana Strongbox are cool because they drop currency, and so this can give me a lot of currency. Let's go. 43% increased items. Alright. Hopefully that's good. And it drops a Firestorm. Drop items over here, see what happens, and everybody dies. And I got nothing. Great. Well, you gotta try. I'm playing solo self-found this league, so I'm going to try to burn all my currency and not really worry about the consequences of it. So I'm probably going to start doing some crafting at some point with some high-tier base items. If I find like a caster item that happens to have a lot of good stats on it or something. Or like a 4-link caster chest piece. I'll try to do that. Oh, hello, video game loading. I think Delve had less assets, so there was definitely less loading in the game as well when we were doing the Delve League.
Did you think our vengeance was done? It has only begun.
Oh, why did he stop talking? That was weird. Anyway, goodbye, Utula. Did you think our vengeance was done? Well, it's done now. Yeah, this game has like a fantastic story as well too, which is pretty cool. So like it gives you basalt flask. Oh, that's great. Oh, there's so many different items in this game. Like that potion that I picked up. So potions, they give you health, right? Potions, they also give you mana, right? Okay, cool. So I have a mana potion that I use to give me mana, and I have a health potion that gives me health. And then I have these other 2 potions called Quicksilver potions that make me run fast. So I use them all the time. There's also lots of different other kinds of flasks in this game. You have resistance flasks like Topaz flasks, which give you lightning resistance, other stuff like that. You have silver flasks, which give you onslaught, which makes you run and attack faster. You have that basalt flask that I just picked up, which makes me have higher damage reduction against enemies, which is also pretty good. And also reflect some percentage of the damage that I take. Tribal Circlet. Is that, wait, that's a 26? No, I don't want it. I don't want an item level 26. I do want a 4-link, but I don't want an item level 26. Oh, I should probably check the shops in town to see if I can get like a higher tier. I'll do that when I get to next town. Probably. In Act 6. And see if there's like a higher tier shop item. Oh, is this a ghostly one where everything's getting infected? Oh. Oh no, I didn't wait for all the ghosts to come out. Crap. Oh, there's a unique item. A conjurer's vestment.
Too much clutter.
Is it? Kind of. Ah, take that. Video game. Bad. That's a little bit of energy shield. Does it have percent energy shield? Oh no, but it has 3 prefixes, so I can't put percent energy shield on it. Oh goody. God, this game sometimes. But yeah, so honestly, in terms of those things, I would probably say illusion is going to be your best bet, by the way, if you're still thinking about which school you want to take. Okay, so I think I want to get the energy shield here, because this is flat energy shield, and then 10% energy shield, as well as 0.5% life regen. And this is also, there's some energy shield here as well. And there's also energy shield here, which also gives all resistances. Although I don't think I need to come down here, so maybe I don't need to go that way. Maybe I don't need this leech here. Because I'll probably go this way and then pick up this leech. Or I could just use the energy leech gem. Nice. You mean enchantment? So second life bard could be illusion. You can do both. You just illusions bards don't have any illusion spells, so the only illusion spells you use are Fey Dark Illusionist. And you don't want to go tier 5 Fey Dark Illusionist. You want to go tier 5 Spellslinger because it's just straight up better. Even though it does less damage, it's just better. And I do not know where I want to go right now on this tree. It's too confusing because I'm still life based. I don't have any good energy shield items. I think when I get some energy shield items, that's probably going to be a good idea. Probably grab some of this. 10% reduced mana cost of skills while on full life. Yeah. More mana gives me... Mana actually gives me energy shield as well. Wait, Thunderous Salvos? Unleash have +1 number of seals? Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm not using Unleash, though. Oh, I didn't sell. That's what I was supposed to do. I'm like, what am I doing here in town? And the answer is selling stuff. Hello, Valenta? Oh no. Bannon? Somebody sells me something. I don't want any of these. Go away. There we go. Bad item, bad item, bad item. Bad item. Bad item. Bad item. Bad item. Perfect. This is exactly how I wanted this to play out.
Good luck out there.
Yeah, we'll be going to DDO after the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream, which is an exciting event.
Remember, we do this.
Oh, I didn't take that? I thought I did. Various reward. Oh no, I did take it. Perfect.
We do this for freedom.
Book of Skill. Yeah, I want to have some energy shield points in, so probably like maybe take this. Maybe I grab more damage. I don't even know what other fire damage I want to take. Or even where I want to go. I really should have planned this out ahead of time. Oh well. Call it a day. I'll figure it out later. Alright. And now there's 3 more altars here, so I gotta find my more altars to do some more rituals. Again, the ritual mechanic is super cool. You get to buy very specific pieces of gear. And then you can like update them and make adjustments to them how you want, which is kind of cool. And now I have to make sure Haunted Ritual contains tormented spirits. So I have to wait for all of the tormented spirits to show up. before I kill anything. So I've got to be patient. Have some patience, Shrimp Tom. I'm going to clear off just some of the basic ads. And then the Tormented Spirits are going to come out. Okay, waiting. Okay, I think that's all of them. I think it's all the Tormented Spirits. And they dropped no items. What a joke. What build? This is the Firestorm with Wave of Conviction, Arcanist brand, Elementalist. Oh, I still have another thing to go find. Wow, 62 life and a pierce and also 2 resist. If only I was playing a bow character right now. We're also going with solo Self-Found. Because I usually don't play solo Self-Found, but playing Delve League made me realize that if I actually just use my currency, I can probably craft some good stuff. So, I'm gonna, when I get to the next town, I'm gonna see if I can buy some higher level 4 links, and then use some orbs and see what I can do with them. Like, I don't want this Callus Mask, because I'm trying to go Energy Shield as well, which is a horrible idea for solo Self-Found. Life is way easier, but you know what? You gotta push yourself sometimes. Tormented Warlord, goodbye. So the idea is that I also dropped down the Arcanist brand, and it causes Wave of Conviction to pulse out, which actually apparently does enough damage to kill monsters. So that's pretty good. And then it also reduces their elemental resistance, which is sick. Oh, wait, I missed one of the rituals. Where was it? Oh, crap. I am going to go find it, because there's items I wanted to buy. I was waiting for the last ritual. I'm taking it very slow this league. I'm not going at the fast pace in which I usually go. Usually I get to maps after about 8 hours. This league, it's probably going to take me closer to 12 or more. Just because I want to experience all the content, you know? I find skipping the league mechanic just defeats the whole purpose of, like, the leagues in general. Some people like to get to the end game really fast, but I find if I just do that, I'm going to burn out. I'm going to get to the end game, I'm going to go, man, this is the same as what I played before, because I didn't engage with any league mechanic, because it literally is the same as what it was before. You know what I should have done? I should have left a town portal, and I have to walk back through all this garbage. Razorheart, vulnerable to fire. Lots of health, though. Where is it? Is it down here? Did I miss the... Is it all the way down, all the way at the beginning? Oh, no! That's bad. Yeah, it is. It was right here the whole time. Okay. So I have to activate this. Then let the Tormented Spirits spawn and find people and infect them. Because Tormented Spirits are a very interesting idea in this game. Oh, all my golems are dead already. That's cool. Oh, yeah, the Elementalist has a new mechanic where when your golems die, they automatically resummon. Oh, no. Oh, she didn't infect. Shit. Alright, there we go. I got a scepter. Cool. And so the idea behind this league is you get this tribute. And then with the tribute, you can use it to buy stuff. So I can buy, like, this Dying Breath to have this special curse staff, which is kind of neat. Or I can get Plague of Rats. You'll discover a series of indoor chambers flooded with rats. Yeah, I don't want almost all of these items. So I think I'm going to buy the Survivalist, because I've deferred this twice. And I don't want Plague of Rats. And I don't think I want any of this other stuff either. So I'm going to buy this 11% thing so I can get some GCPs. And I'll buy this so I can sell it and call it a day. And now we head over towards the boss. Yeah, this build is, it's pretty fun. Again, I just rain fire on people. It's visually entertaining, which I like a lot. Like, one of the things about Path of Exile is it sounds really good. And it also looks really good. And those two things make for a very good video game experience. I'm a huge fan of that. Why would you want to find a room full of rats? Because the rats are very dense, and so there are a lot of monsters. So people buy the Prophecy Plague of Rats because it adds a bunch of rats to your map. So when you're playing, you find more monsters Because they're literally just be like these clumps of like 50 rats, and they give the same amount of experience as a regular monster. So by running Plague of Rats all the time, you get more experience because you're killing more things in a shorter period of time. I agree, it is confusing. Alright, so here's the first big boss, Kitava. This giant-ass statue. Kitava the Insatiable. So you get it down to its first phase, and it gets shot with this beam of light, and it goes like, ugh, and it falls away. Because that was the Statue of Innocence. And oh no, this is what Kitava actually kind of looks like. Because now it's bursting out of the Statue of Innocence. And now it has its weird blood attacks, and apparently I was lagging and I couldn't get through it. So I almost died, so that was cool. I'm like getting crazy frame drop. Anyway. And then the beam shoots it, and its heart comes out, and you have to destroy the heart. Also, add spawns. This is a good time to get back your flasks if you need more flask regeneration. Anyway, after you do enough damage to the heart, Kitava pulls the heart back into its body, and you go again. So important notes about this one, you got to pay attention to its movements, and to know exactly what its attacks are. It has a lot of different attacks, and a lot of them will kill you in nearly one hit, especially at my health level, because I do not have a lot of health. Usually I would have closer to 2,000 at this point. I have, with energy shield, 1,600, which is horrific. It is very, very low. So I just have to make sure I dodge all the attacks. I hate that one, where basically Kitava raises its hand, and then all of these orbs come in, and they explode and hit you. Anyway, so I knocked Kitava down a second time. So what happens? Well, Kitava is now no longer in the statue. It looks like that, and you lose. Plot. No, not the plot. Oh, God. And it blows up the Cradle of Purity.
Of hope may flicker, but it cannot be extinguished.
Thank you, Sin.
There is no shame.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's like one of the first big bosses. He's very much a slowdown for a lot of different characters that are playing this game. So a lot of people that are like, why is my throat getting all gravelly now? And then you talk to Lily Roth, and she's a pirate, and she's like, all right, well,